Hello and welcome back to Wanna Brawl. In today's video I'm going to be talking about some of the crazy new stuff happening in the Brawl Stars community right now. I'm going to be talking about the WKBRL livestream, the 4 newspaper pages that Brawl Stars recently released on their Twitter, and theories dating back as far as 2019 as to what we could expect to see in the new update. First of all, I'm going to start with the livestream. It's been quite a while since I made a video on the livestream, and since then a lot of new things have occurred. One of them being this audio clip from the livestream. Which to me sounds like pure chaos. You can clearly hear the police sirens and explosions all around. I personally believe this to be something to do with the supervillain update. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, a few months ago Brawl Stars made a competition where you had to make some skins relating to some sort of supervillain theme. The 2 skins that won were Arch B and Zombie B. Furthermore, on the live stream, lots of different monologues have been heard in many different languages such as Portuguese, Japanese and French. I'm not going to play them to you now just because it would take quite a while, but I am going to show you some of the English translations. First up we have the Portuguese one. To me this seems like some sort of advert for a helicopter destroyer. Potentially one that villains all over the city might be using. The helicopters that they're destroying could be police helicopters. Now onto the Japanese one. Now in this one, this seems like some sort of advert for a roof repair company. Now an interesting theory is that this could relate back to the Metropolis theme update, where we can see a massive hole in Bull's diner due to a minecart that had flown into it. However, I do feel like this theory is a little bit far-fetched, just because it was so long ago, back when BB was released. What I also found interesting that no one else seemed to pick up was the number 14 in this monologue. It says here that a Gower roof handles more than 14 types of roofs. Now if you look back at the live stream, you can clearly see that the dial is on 14, moving around 14 and 15. And also in the top right corner, we have that TV screen with 14 squares on. The radio on the left also has 14 different buttons on it. And later in the video, I'm going to explain what I think of this number 14 and how it's really important. Later on in the live stream, there are also French, Italian and English monologues. The French and Italian ones both being some sort of advertisement for Max's energy drinks, which I'll talk about later on, and the English one being some sort of lawyer talking about the damages caused, which is probably something to do with the supervillains and damage caused throughout the city.
Particular emphasis placed on the liability and the property damage resulting. With particular emphasis placed on...
Now moving on to the newspaper articles that Brawl Stars recently released on their Twitter. For starters, in the bottom right corner we can see it has 20% off Max energy drinks. Now looking at the live streams earlier, we can clearly see that Max is going to play an important role in this next update. She keeps popping up everywhere. The second image on this article is taken from a picture from Brawl Talk, except it has a silhouette of Danny. In case you don't know, Danny sometimes appears in Brawl Talk, but he hasn't appeared recently. Underneath that picture it says, will Danny return to talk? I think this is most likely a hint at the fact that he will return to the next Brawl Talk. The column on the left is titled Ocean Earthquakes Rock the City, and later on in the column it says that Carl thinks that the source of the activity comes from much deeper underground, possibly from the very depths of the ocean. Could there be something so huge down there that no one knows about just yet? The next article talks of a toxic spill in the city, and many of the people believe that a recent spike in demand for energy drinks could be a contributing factor. Again, this all returns to the theme of Max's energy drinks, and maybe she could be the superhero to stop the supervillains in the next update. Also, if you paid attention to the last article, you can see that now the price of Max's energy drinks is 50% off rather than 20%. Now the bottom right image is an image from Showdown. You can clearly tell by the little skulls. This has led many people to speculate about it. Maybe there could be a new sort of event coming to Showdown. For example, we've got the energy drinks and the boss ones. There could be a new one. Now on Article 3, we've got an image of a huge hole at a beach that Rosa believes to have been created by a huge crab. Now we've got this theme of huge ocean giants, for example the one in the first article that's caused some weird ocean tremor, and now we've got some huge crab. This all could be something to do with some sort of toxic spillage that's causing animals to mutate in the water. Now the main talking point of these articles is the fact on the bottom right it says that Brawl Talk, a new show, airs on the 27th of June. Now this is definitely going to be the date when Brawl Talk happens. Back when Nanny was released, Brawl Stars gave us a quick picture on their Twitter of Jessie building her turret and Nanny with a little tray. If you look on the wall there's a little calendar, and on the 27th square there's a circle, which now we know is when Brawl Talk's going to happen. Also, the picture on that calendar is a Max logo which you see throughout the maps on Brawl Stars if you look closely. And this could all be relating to the new update where we see Max become either a superhero or a supervillain. We've also got Barley and Tick making a feature on this article. I believe that both of these people could get new skins, especially Tick as he still doesn't have one yet and he's been on Brawl Stars for about a year now. Now for you eagle-eyed viewers, you might have seen Disputatio de Rixis, which in Latin directly translates to talking about disputes, which is clearly another clue relating to Brawl Talk. Now on the fourth and final page we have an image of what looks to be like some huge crab in the city, which is probably the one that made such a huge hole. Max's energy drinks are practically free, well they are free now. This is probably due to the lack in demand just because people think it's related to all of this. Perhaps it could be. In the bottom left we see that a living cactus broke into someone's store and stole 90 kilograms of marshmallows. Now I don't know about you, but this is probably Spike. Could be hinting at another Spike skin, maybe a marshmallow skin. Kind of suits well with the theme just because he's kind of short and fat. However, he has had quite a few skins in the past, but that doesn't stop him from getting another skin. Jesse has 5 now? Another point that some people might have noticed is the inclusion of the Mecha Crow head on the background. This could be a hint at a much anticipated Crow remodel which a lot of people have been wanting for a long time. Now a user on Twitter managed to colorize this article, and when doing so he noticed that there was sort of a rainbow pattern to the thing. The same colour scheme as what you might see on a chromatic brawler, which is the next brawler coming to Brawl Stars as we all know because of the Brawl Pass. Now that's all for the newspaper articles. Now I'm going to be talking about some theories as to when the update will be and a theory that emerged in 2019 that could link this together. Now at a specific point in the Mortis animation, which was released back in October of 2019, if you look closely you can see some sort of little creature living in some toxic lake underneath them. Now people have been speculating that this could be some sort of link to everything that's going on at the moment with regards to the toxic spillage and the huge mutants and everything else. Could potentially even be the new chromatic brawler that we're going to see. Let me know what you think of this little guy in the comments below. As for when I think the next update is going to be, I'm probably going to say the 14th just because we've seen 14 a total of 4 times in the live stream now and it just can't be a coincidence. And I do have a good track record of guessing when updates are going to be. For example, both Thomas and I both guessed the 5th of June and that was correct. We did this by looking at the loading screen Easter eggs and also looking at the live stream. Now that's sort of everything you need to know in terms of when the update's going to be, when Brawl Talk's going to happen, and explanation into all the Easter eggs that have occurred recently. And anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.